Hey guys, I am coming back at you. Today, I do not have a product review, but rather I have a product comparison for you. So, today we are comparing two different brands of knee pads. It is almost winter guard season. My first clinic for Spintronics is this coming Sunday. So if you're interested, go check that out on our website, spintronicsguard.org, and get all the information about that. But winter guard means floor work. So I have two different kinds of knee pads to compare because nobody likes busted knees. The first brand I'm going to be looking at is Under Armour. And the second brand I'm going to be looking at is Mizuno. So let's get down to it. The first thing I want to compare is the price. These are really, really old. I've had these since 8th grade, I think. But Under Armour is a pricey brand. I think these were probably close to like $25, $30 for a set of knee pads. They might be even more now. I'm not entirely sure because, like I said, these are very, very old. These I got last season, these Mizunos, and I paid, I want to say $15, $17 on Amazon for them. So there's a big price difference here. As you can see, there's also a big difference in size and a lot of other things. So I tend to say $20 for the season, not bad, and these will definitely last you more than one season because it's not like we're out there playing volleyball. These are both volleyball knee pads, but we're not out there hitting our knees against the ground every single day. So these will definitely last you more than a single season. So I think it's okay personally if you want to spend a little bit more on them. If you don't, that's okay too. I know several of us on Spintronics last year had the same exact set of Mizuno knee pads. I think me and JR and Megan, and there's a whole bunch of us that did. But yeah, so these also come in different sizes. I really think I ordered these a little bit too small because after a little while, they put a lot of pressure on my knees. I probably could have went a size up. I think these are a medium, and I probably could have went with a large. They also probably need to be washed. I think that would stretch them out a little bit more. But like comparing the size of that to the size of that, it's a big difference. So I think I'm not sure about sizing on Under Armour because up until I bought these, I didn't know that knee pads actually had different sizes besides like children's and adults. But I would say that on these, you definitely need to go a size larger than you think you do. These are pretty close to one size fits all unless you are just absolutely teeny, teeny, tiny. So maybe you need something that fits you if you have bigger legs versus smaller legs. I don't know. Yeah. The other thing is colors. Under Armour in white, Mizuno in black. These start looking real dingy, real nasty after a little while. These don't. Granted, I'm not entirely sure what's on there. Could be makeup. Not sure. That's a risk you run with Color Guard. But let's look at another thing about them. Something that I really enjoy about the Under Armour is the patch that's right behind your knee. You can see how see-through it is. It's this really, really thin layer of lightweight fabric, and so the back of your knee doesn't get nearly as sweaty, and I think they actually tend to stay on a little bit better because you're not getting nearly as sweaty, and also there's not a ton of thick material to bunch up when you put them on your knee. So it feels more comfortable to sit in a position with your legs bent for a longer period of time. Whereas the Mizuno, with the exception of the pads in the front, it is the same material all the way around. It's a really thick, durable material, which is nice, but if you have to sit, you're sitting in a fourth position on the floor waiting for your coach to get to your group, it's gonna start feeling kind of terrible after a little while because there's just so much material here and it gets really, really sweaty. Really, really sweaty, which is kind of gross. Pads wise, these are taller, so they come up higher above the knee and lower below the knee. So I like that because if you're doing something and you go from like laying on your stomach, you have wherever your kneecap is protected, but then you push up into a kneeling position, then the underside of your knee is also protected, all of the little bones through here and up and around. I really like having that extra protection on top and on bottom. These don't cover as much. Larger sizes will cover more, but it's pretty well just taking care of your kneecap, and that's about it. I didn't like that as much because the entire first part of our show last season was floor work, and so whenever I was doing it, I would have them pulled up really high to protect me from slamming my knees into the ground whenever we're like pushing up at the beginning. But then whenever I get ready to do a knee pirouette, then the bottom of my leg isn't covered and I take skin off of the very bottom edge of my knee. So it's a give and take. If you just need a little extra padding, it's really not bad. But if you want something that is going to cover top and bottom to make sure all areas of your knee are protected, maybe go with something that has a little bit extra. That's really nice. I'm looking at these, and there's really not that much of a difference. The padding on the edge panel here, if you can see that, it tapers there and there, so it doesn't get bunched up in your knee. These over here do that a little bit as well. It's, if you can see it, it kind of folds in here and tapers towards the bottom, which means it also doesn't go as far around your knee as this one does. This one wraps more around, and the Saberline last year had a part where we tossed and then caught in a jazz split, and I kept banging my knee into the ground, and it still really hurts when I do that. So something like this probably would have protected me a little bit better on the inside of my knee, because it wasn't just on the front, it was the inside where I was hitting my knee in that jazz split. So something like this probably would have been a lot better for me. Whereas this, I still ended up hurting my knee. I'd have to turn it like all the way around, and then my knee is crunched up in the back. So yeah, I am not going to say definitively which one is better because different people like different things. I personally know for this season I'm going to be using these because I found them again. I had lost them, but I do really like these, and I like having the panel in the back where my knee doesn't get as sweaty, which is really nice. Whereas these guys get really clumped up, and like I said, they're probably a little bit too small for me. That is buyer's error. That is not anything to do with the company. But yeah, so I hope I've laid everything out for you guys so you can make your own decision on which knee pads you would prefer. But yeah, have fun. I hope this helps you. Hang around next week. I have a real special treat. It's going to be something one of you guys requested. And yeah, be safe out there, wear your mask, and like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know what you're gonna buy. Let me know what else you want to see. Thanks for coming, guys.